Oh, reaching to the side all the time. It's adjusting my upload. Okay, so we'll do me first.
Okay.
Um,
So, Erin, just really quick, I can hear kind of your little microphone thing. Will you mute yourself when you're not talking, and then you can unmute yourself when you are talking? Perfect. Good.
I can mute her.
Trying.
It's all
So
right.
you
I
did
got
it for a second. There you go. Oh, perfect. Good. And then if you have questions or anything, you can just unmute and just pop back in. It just helps so there's not much background noise. I'll do the same thing too. And then Alyssa, you can kind of lead.
Okay.
And then I'll pipe in whenever.
I know lots of us catch up on the National Wake Up Call later in the week, which is usually me too, but I had time, so I listened to it this morning. And the biggest change is we now earn commission on apparel. So it excludes sale or clearance apparel, but any normal apparel you get 10% commission on and 75 PV. So that's pretty awesome.
That is really cool. That's awesome. We hadn't done that before.
Yeah. So that's effective today. Just a reminder, the first of the month is Wednesday. So we are going to be doing Coach Sneak Peek Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So anybody you have who might even be just curious or wants to know what the coaching opportunity is, it doesn't matter how little or serious their interest is. If there's any possible interest at all, add them to the group. We do it every month, the first to the third. It's a team effort, just kind of a fun way to show them what we do. Starting.
And then really quick on that, like, I just want to say, like, I know we have a couple new coaches in the group. I know, Erin, you're one of them. But just me personally, it was so hard for me to invite to coaching when I was brand new because I felt like I couldn't bring a lot to the table as a new coach. I felt like I didn't know a lot, so I didn't know how to train or onboard someone brand new. And so I honestly didn't recruit to the coaching opportunity for like the first 6 months. Like, I might talk to somebody if they asked me questions, but I didn't advertise for coaching because I was so scared I didn't know enough to teach someone else. And so I want to tell you all that, like, that's kind of what we're here for, and that's what, like, these groups are here for. So even if you're brand new, like, the coaches are going to be the ones that help you build your team when you're not working, and they're going to be the ones that will help you get this whole volume that is, like, incredible. And so when you start adding coaches to your network, that's when you really start to advance your business. And so don't take these calls lightly. Like, when we have the sneak peek, it's from the first to the third. That's an amazing, no pressure way to bring people in that are interested in coaching. Like, I think that it's kind of overestimated sometimes, like, that we don't really think it's that big of a deal to invite to coaching. But you don't want to sell commission your entire life. Like,
right.
So.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, you can continue. I just wanted to make sure that we realize how important that is, even though it's scary. It's just.
No, I think that was really good that you said that because it is like, you feel nervous because you're like, what am I going to do when I sign them? But that's what you and I are for, Addie, is that whoever you bring on as a coach, we're doing this as a team. So we'll do team training. So you don't have to feel like you need to teach this person when you're still learning. That's when we step in and we help. So
right.
To take the pressure off.
Right.
Do you want to talk about the Rank Advancement Challenge and prize opportunity?
Yes, I do. So, we are doing something new this month in November, and I think that I'll start out and just do it for November. So, okay. I am giving anyone that advances their rank to Emerald, or I guess above, if you hit Emerald and then hit something else, I'll give you 2 prizes in November if you rank advanced twice, I swear. Like, that would be awesome. But anyone that hits Emerald this month in November, and that means that you have 2 coaches below you, so you'll have 2 legs, and that means you'll have 1 coach on your right leg and 1 coach on your left leg, and that puts you at an Emerald coach. I'm giving anyone that rank advances a tub of Recover, and it's the 30 serving tub. It's like $65 retail value or something with our coach discount. It's like $60 or $70, and it's a 30 serving tub. It's what you use right after your workout so you don't get sore. So I've been doing 21-day Fix Extreme all this week. And my first week, like, I worked my muscles harder than I have in like an entire month. Like, I was so sore, like, directly after the workout. I drank my Recover, and I have not been like dying this week. So it makes such a big difference in how your muscles build. And I just think rank advancing is so amazing. Like by the time I hit Emerald, I really got into my groove. And so you get more leads this way. They'll give you free leads for anyone that signs up on the Beachbody website. If they don't have a coach, they'll just hand them over to you. And then when you start hitting Emerald and Success Club, you start getting the paid leads too, and things like that. So rank advancing is huge. It's going to help you just start dominating your business. And the faster you can do it in your new business, the better. And so the Tub of Recover, it's up for grabs for anyone who hits Emerald in November. So I'm like super stoked about that. And I have one for everybody. Like you don't have to qualify for it at all. Like if every single one of you hits Emerald, I will give every single one of you Recover. Even if I don't have it, I will buy it for you. Like I'm so excited for this. I'm excited for you guys. I think it'll be awesome.
Yeah, and it's fun rank advancing too, because also corporate sends you a fun package in the mail every time you rank advance with a surprise in it. So there's
I know, and it has a little goodie. Yeah, I love it.
Mm-hmm. So always motivation for that. In the last, I have sort of 1.5 more pieces of news. The last main piece of news is we're going to be changing up the team calls a little bit. So we are going to be alternating every other week, or it's going to be team calls like this. And every other week, we're going to do team power hours to kind of help you guys implement the action items that we're giving you. So instead of every week being information, every other week will be information. Every other week we'll set timers. We'll sit together on a Zoom call like this, and we will go through our action items and get as much done as we can and kind of have work time together. So that way, if you're going through it and you have questions or something comes up as you're messaging somebody, we're all there to help you and kind of like live coach you through it as you're talking to your potential customers. And then we can start a thread of this in our team page. We don't have to brainstorm this now, but for our next free group, I had an idea to do like for people who hate working out. So advertise it and market it towards like, yeah, it's not fun to work out sometimes. Working out sucks. Like it's hard to get up and do it. So let's all team up together and find ways to make it more fun and get it into our day, because we all obviously know the health benefits of it. But let's be real, who loves waking up and working out every day? Yeah, some people, but most people don't. So let's target those people and get them to fall in love with adding it to their daily routine, not because it's fun, but because they love how it makes them feel. So
I love that. I absolutely love that.
Okay. So that's as far as I have an ideas. We can kind of brainstorm and maybe do it towards the end of November, like after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
It's kind of like a get back on track thing.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I really like that. I think that would be awesome.
Cool. So that's for news. And then I just wanted to go over, let's see, I have all my notes here. I'm trying to figure out what order I want to do this in. The importance of consistency. So we all know that posting on social media is very important. It's how we run our businesses. But I've been noticing, and this is not just our team, I've been noticing in the coaching community in general, a lot of people have been posting here or there, but you're not seeing people show up in your feed every day. And so when you're not seeing somebody show up in your feed every day, but you're seeing other people show up in your feed every day, guess what? You're going to forget about the person who's not posting consistently. You're going to wonder, are they still doing this? And health and fitness is a really personal thing. So people need to know you're not going anywhere. And also, the consistency builds your momentum. So if you're wondering why you're having trouble getting conversations started with people, or you're having trouble getting people to respond to you, most likely because you're not building momentum. And if you're not showing up every day, it's not possible to build momentum. There is, and I've shared this in our challenge group before, but just for our team, there is a story that I love in the book called The Compound Effect. And the compound effect is all about small, seemingly meaningless actions that you do every single day that lead to big results. And there's this story about somebody using one of those old-fashioned water pumps, the ones where you have like the crank handles and you're pulling down like this until the water starts coming out of the faucet. And if you do this, like align this to your business, right? You're messaging people here and there and here and there, or you're pumping the water pump and you're not seeing any results yet. You're not seeing any conversions into sales or customers yet. And so you feel like you want to give up. But what you don't realize is If you just keep pumping like a few more pumps, all of a sudden you're going to get a trickle of water, and then the water is going to pour out because you've built that pressure up, you've built that momentum up, and now it's free flowing, and now it becomes easier because you put in all that work at the beginning, so now it's sustainable. So that's something that I want you guys to keep in mind with your fitness journeys, with your coaching journeys, that the work you're putting in now is going to pay off if you're consistent. But that is like hands down the most important part.
It really is. So, like, one more thing I wanted to add on that kind of relates to my personal coaching journey. Like, I noticed with the consistency thing, I would invite people when I first started coaching. I invited almost everybody on my friends list to my challenge group. I was just super excited. Like, I want you to join this with me. I love this. I'm having such a great time or whatever. Join my challenge group. So I'd get some people that were interested, and I'd kind of follow up with them in the months to come. And then I had some people that were no's, and I just re-invite in a few months later. But I didn't have a lot of people saying yes right away. And that was kind of like disheartening to me. Just like, man, I am so pumped about this and I'm so excited, and not really anybody signing up like right now. Like, but the consistency thing, I just kept posting. And a lot of times, like, even if I wasn't focused on coaching, I focused on myself, and I just shared what my journey was. So I just shared what I was eating. I shared what my workouts were and kind of that health and fitness part of it. And it just was my day-to-day life, but I was staying active on social media. Mm-hmm. So even though I wasn't, necessarily inviting people on the side, I was still being active. Well, come 6 months after that, I was signing all these people up that I had invited and I almost kind of gave up on in my head. And so even though they might not be ready right now when you're ready, give them a few months. They'll kind of see you and kind of start to trust that. And I've noticed a lot in like the network marketing business and like the weight loss business, there's so many people that are trying to sell you something right now. And like, you don't always have that trust. Like, and you kind of like back off and are like, ooh, like, I don't know if I really want to buy something right now. But as they kind of see that you're real, and like, that's why you don't want to post all Beachbody business all the time, like they'll start to develop that like, oh, she's kind of cool. Like, she's not just like a weight loss product. And that consistency makes all the difference. So if you kind of give up on them, or you give up on like posting and you're just like, oh, nobody's going to be interested, and you're already like losing business in a few months. Like, it makes a huge difference for me.
Yeah. So, and anyway, to piggyback on your like not just being a Beachbody coach too, one of the most important things in your posting and in your sharing on social media is you're not a Beachbody coach. You don't work for Beachbody. You are your own brand. You are your own image. Beachbody has their own marketing. They have their own imaging. That's not for you. You are marketing yourself. And so our job as coaches is to become storytellers and to take, I've been noticing this a lot too, and I've been kind of making a switch in my posts, and it's been working really well for me, is that in our posts and in general, we're always thinking about ourselves first. And that's just like naturally, psychologically, what happens. People are naturally selfish. They're going to think, what's in this for me? How do I benefit from this? Me. So naturally in our posts, we say, I feel like this, or I feel like that, or this happened to me today. Guess what? Nobody cares. They want to know what's in this for me. How does this affect me? So I've been going back and even recycling some of my old posts that are all I. And I've been changing them and saying you instead of I. Have you ever felt like this? Do you know what it feels like when?
Interesting.
Yeah. And it totally flips it around. So then as they're reading it, and they're reading all of a sudden about themselves instead of about you, but you're saying the exact same thing. And they're like, okay, yeah, this is me. She's talking to me. I can relate to this girl. Versus, oh, girl, another girl talking about what she did today. Great, scroll, which is what we're so used to because that's what's natural to us. So it's hard, and I still catch myself, and I'll post it, and I'll like go back and edit it and change the I's to use, and like I'm still saying the same thing. My message is still the same.
Yeah.
I'm just the audience.
Well, I like that because I know a lot of like the marketing training that I've listened to has said to make it personal. So you tell your story, and you're not just saying like this product could give you more energy. You're saying, oh man, I noticed an increased energy in 6 days or whatever. So that's interesting because I always try to make it like more about me and less about like the product or whatever, but more about like my story.
Right.
I'm going to work on that. That's so really interesting.
Instead, for that situation, you can be like, have you ever had a day when you felt so low on energy you just wanted to take a nap or drink 12 cups of coffee? Girl, me too. This saved my life today. And then just have a picture of you with it and leave it at that. Because then you've got attraction marketing, you have curiosity marketing, And they're like, oh, she's talking about me. She's not talking about herself, even though you are. So,
I love that. I'm so going to work on that this week.
It's hard, and you have to like go back and actually think about it because it's so unnatural and weird. But I have been getting so much more interaction on my posts since I've been doing that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like it.
And then I just have like my super nerdy social media algorithm things to share with you guys. This is the last thing that I have. For the Facebook algorithms, they have switched them up a little bit. So how sometimes we post links in the bottom of our posts, like, oh, click here to join this, or here's this fun Beachbody blog recipe for Shakeology pumpkin balls, like I posted in our team page or whatever. Sometimes I'll post stuff like that on my like page. But Facebook is not liking when people are leaving the Facebook site. So in your post, they want people to, Mark Zuckerberg wants people to stay on Facebook. So the way around that is write your whole post and then write whatever the link is, even if it's to another part of Facebook. Facebook does not like links right now. They won't show you in feeds as much. Say link is in the comments. No matter what it is, post the link in the comments. And I was even reading that, like, if you're, my accountability, I'm doing a live video on my like page tomorrow, and I'm telling you so that I don't chicken out, because I really have already been coming up with excuses in my head.
Yeah, we will keep you accountable. We can do that for sure.
Thank you. So even when you're doing like a live video and you want to reference something, instead of posting it in your title or in whatever, you say, check the link in the comments, I'll post it now. So that way you're still showing up. But yeah, no links in posts, only links in comments.
Okay.
That's it.
We can do that.
That's my nerdy social media tip for the day.
Oh, that was it? I thought you were going to like rattle off like a whole bunch of them, but that's easy.
I mean, I could.
Perfect.
That was my big one.
Okay. I honestly didn't have a ton planned because I thought the consistency was a big one to hit, and then I was just excited for like the giveaways and the new like announcement. Right. So I didn't really think of a whole lot. Double Time launches tomorrow. It's worth 3 success points.
That is what did you listen to the wake up call or not yet?
I didn't. No, I started to sign in and then I started to listen to voicemails and I couldn't multitask at work.
It was a quick one. It was only like 28 minutes, but they talked, Tony Horton was on talking about Double Time, and there's all these different stats about childhood obesity and like childhood heart disease rates and stuff like that. And it like made me furious. And so that's what my live video is going to be about.
Awesome. So, and one thing that I've been doing for me lately is creating kind of a marketing plan, which is honestly super simple. And it's just a calendar, and I'm just kind of highlighting what I'm going to advertise for what week. And so like the first part of my month is always like the coaching opportunity and that business call. I'll advertise to that through the 3rd. But this week I'm making sure to throw in the 3-day refresh and then Double Time. I'm going to like talk about like families and things like that. And I'm really trying to hit that on a lot of my posts. And I'm going to do a couple live videos about it too. And so that will help a lot, especially planning like November to remember. I'm really trying to get my Success Club out of the way at the beginning of the month, which I kind of struggle with. But yeah, it's hard for me to hit Success Club early on in the month. But I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm using that to motivate me. So I'm like really trying to hit SC5 by the 10th is my big goal.
I was just going to say, let's make our goal to hit it by the 10th.
Yes, that's like my big goal is 5 by the 10th. And then I'm going to just throw this out there so I stay accountable. But my goal is to have 2 coaches on my husband's downline by November so that he becomes Emerald.
Done.
So
perfect.
In addition to the 5, I want 4 more on his. So
perfect.
We're going to get there.
You can do that.
So.
And the challenge, and then there's 3 different challenge packs for Double Time. There is one for $180, which is all access, Shakeology or Daily Sunshine, 2 shaker cups, the Double Time like blue ball, and the Double Time DVDs.
Wow. For $180? That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. And then there's the 160, the all access, obviously, and then 160 is the DVDs, Shakeology or Daily Sunshine, and the ball in 2 shaker cups.
So then you only get the 3 Success Club points if it's like the first one and the third one. You wouldn't get the 3 if it's the all access?
Correct.
Okay.
All access. Perfect. Still 2.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah,
so then what's that?
I said, yeah, the 180 was a really good deal.
Yeah, with the 2 shaker cups and everything. Like, that's awesome. So I think we should do a homework assignment on here, and I think we should all like refocus our November goals.
Okay.
So I know that we have a new month coming up, and that's my time that I always like write out what I want to do. I recheck my affirmations and put a whole new set of affirmations on the mirror. That makes a huge difference.
I write mine every day.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Write a brand new one every day?
In my book.
That's awesome. I like that. I'm still working on consistency, so I'm doing it once a month, and that helps. So
Yeah,
whatever works. But yeah, let's throw our goals out there. I'll write mine up. I haven't actually sat down and written them. I need about 10 to 15 minutes of just kind of me, quiet, centered, focused time, and that works best for me. So in the next week, by the time we do our next team call, let's all get everything, all our goals posted on the group.
Okay. I'll start and I'll post mine right after we get off this.
Perfect.
Yay.
Awesome. Well, I think that's kind of all I have. Do you have anything else you want to follow up on? Perfect. That was good. I think we'll do good.
Awesome.
And then next week, just to remind everybody, I know she talked about it at the beginning, but we're going to do a live power hour next week. So we're not going to do a call form like this. We're going to be on our computers messaging. We're going to set timers and just kind of go through each daily activity that we need to be doing, just so that we're all just practicing kind of how to be consistent and how to just be efficient in your time and in your messaging. So yeah. I'm actually really excited for that. I've done really well in the live power hours, and I think it just kind of helps to have that accountability and just somebody there to ask questions or hang out with. So
yeah, and I'm going to call you out if I see your eyes going like this. No scrolling.
Right?
Get to message.
Yeah, no scrolling. Yeah,
no scrolling.
You can really touch that. That's awesome. Okay, well, I think that's good for me.
Good to see you.
All right, have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.